So we've talked a lot about the changing market. We've talked a lot about things being back to normal and where they got to be. We talked a lot about why agents are struggling and where they're going and why they think going to a new brokerage that's the solution. The easy train's gone. It pulled out of the station a long time ago. We called it COVID, but in real estate, that was the fastest real estate market we have seen in over a decade. And it's time for real estate agents to understand that they need to step up and do what they're trained to do and go and accommodate their clients' needs and take care of the sales and the professionalism that they were trained to do. So how do you train a real estate agent to sell in a challenging market? That's what we're going to focus on today, because I got to tell you, the biggest challenge of being a real estate broker today is keeping all the agents selling and productive in a consistently changing and shifting market. Many of the marketing techniques and the skills that we need that worked in a high-speed, white-hot seller's market are a whole lot less effective. You're completely irrelevant in a balanced market, much less if the market ever swings to a buyer's market. Thankfully, if you have a good broker and if you have a good brokerage that understands sales techniques, these sales shifts should not scare you. You should be able to get in front of it, and you should be able to plan appropriately to do the job and do it well. I'll pat myself on the back a little bit here. I understand change in markets. I have prepared for the things that my clients need, and that's why I'm sitting on listings, and that's why I'm working with buyers, and that's why I continue to do business every day, because I understand the market's going to change and what I have to do to get in front of it. You owe yourself exactly that commitment. I like to lead by example. So for me, owning a brokerage and understanding that I also have to manage a brokerage as well as being a competing agent inside my brokerage is what keeps me relevant. It allows me to not only do an excellent job for my clients, but to be the example for my agents and for my consultants at Keystone to know that this is what is expected of me to be the very best of the best, and to make sure that the referrals and the compliments that I receive in my client reviews are worth it. We're worth all of the pain and the effort. But honestly, the secret to success has been not just consistency, because God knows we preach that enough here, but you having the genuine willingness to make the change so that you can outperform what you did. Simply take a look at what you did last year, see what's different in the market, make those slight adjustments, and move forward with your new business strategy. If we reflect a little bit, and I know not all of you were in the market at this time, so this is a back in the day kind of story. If you reflect a little bit of the Great Recession and previous successful agents during that time, and I've done the study, I've checked all the numbers, I looked at the data, because that's ultimately what's going to guide your next decisions. But the successful agents sitting at their desk, staring at their phones, wondering why the phones stop ringing, those are the ones that got out of the market. The previous years of a strong market had taught them that they're going to have to make the phone ring, they're going to have to pick up that device, and they're going to have to make the challenge call. Just like today, where you're going to have to pick up your phone and be the initiator of a call, as opposed to waiting for that phone or that text message to come through for you. That is what's going to be your biggest advertising component. When markets shift, calls change. Use that as your point of focus. When the communication's coming into you, when the line is no longer out the door, you don't have a product or you're not representing a solution that the client needs anymore. So you have to change it. Buyers are less motivated because they are challenged, not because you have a expensive service. Buyers are less motivated because they're losing education. They're getting inundated with all of the negative media. They don't have time to focus on, is there an opportunity here for me to capitalize on? This is America. The opportunities are endless, but you have to recognize them, grab onto them, find a niche and an opportunity in there and pursue it, and consistently and aggressively pursue it until you have reached your target. And if you did it right, surpass that target so you can figure out what you do next. I'm going to ask something of all of you agents that are out there, especially all of you that work for me. I want you to shift from a marketing-based business plan to a prospecting plan, and I want you to do it today. Today's your commitment. Today's your strategy. Today's your, as the summer ebb decides to turn, I want you to understand that the tide is rolling out, and I want you to change your methodology from sitting on the beach to getting out in the water. It sounds simple because it is. This is what's going to be required for you to be successful. You are going to change your skill set, your habits, and your strategies that are now going to get in front of your client. So what we're going to talk about today are the things that you need to now do to stop doing just the marketing. The marketing needs to now be supplementary only and now be pursuit agent. Get out there and get your new brands, get your new logos, get your new clients, and you're going to have to go find them. They're not coming to you. If you are a newer broker, by the way, and have never experienced a buyer's market, and therefore you may not know how to lead your agents through this type of transition, much less a recession-based market like we're in today, you're going to have some of the greatest challenges in your brokerage, and a lot of you are going to close the doors. I would say your small and medium brokerages, within the next 2 years, 75 to 80% are going to shutter up. They're going to close the doors. The greatest challenge that they are having is because they don't know how to guide their real estate agents during difficult times. They are expecting the agents to figure it out yourself. You are a model for how an agent should be doing business. And if you are just hiding behind your brand, you are severely putting them in a position where they should be looking elsewhere. They have to be able to pick up the phone, work with you, get coached by you, use your experience and your education to consistently move forward and change their strategies. And that's what today is about. You got to be able to find the right lead techniques. You're going to have to go sometimes back to the basics, but ultimately worked in this type of market. What can you do better with all of the technology and all of the support that you have today that you didn't necessarily have then? Because I don't want you wasting money, I don't want you risking time, and I don't want you spinning your wheels out there chasing clients that simply can't afford you, much less afford the house they need to purchase in this market. So think back again to that great recession. Training agents to shift from a marketing to prospecting not only will bring you more transactions right now, but it's going to help you further develop your team. It's going to put you in a position to not only save them money, but you can reiterate all of the skills that are necessary to be successful in today's market and for years to come and make them a better agent. And as a broker, I'm here to tell you that is your responsibility. If you're not creating a better experience for clients, a better experience for agents, please step out of the way and let the rest of us do better business in your absence. Prospecting is the act of going out and finding business, hunter-seeker, rather than waiting for the business to come to you. That is the marketing strategy that so many of these younger agents especially are kind of wrapped around the axle on, because they thought because they did this during a pandemic and because they can do this during a sellers only market strategy, that this is easy. I just have to market who I am. I have to have presence. I have to just follow Alex's courses on how to be present without being present. All of these things. It's also the lowest cost and the highest return for lead generation. So why wouldn't I wrap myself around that methodology? Problem is, when the market changes and the shiny apple that you've been putting on the shelf every day is no longer the shiny apple anymore, that downturn market in a recessionary period is going to be you sitting there admiring your past work instead of your future busyness.